This team, man. This team pisses me off so much. I'm so mad right now. This team is awful. Absolutely awful. Horrible. You kidding me? I've never seen a team struggle to score in the first quarter more in my entire life. What, we can't score 10 points a quarter? In the first quarter, we can't score 10 points? I mean, we did, but on what? It was 20% shooting. On 20% shooting, we hit 17 points. Are you kidding me? That's a joke. That is a complete joke. Yes, Kemba Walker's out. I get it. Jaylen Brown is out. I get it. Our two best players. Yes, Jaylen Brown is the second best player on this team. I'm not hearing it. Jaylen Brown is the second best player. I get it. Both of them are gone. But you have Jason Tatum, who's supposed to be an insane scorer, a born scorer, right? And Gordon Hayward, who's making $32 million this year. $32 million out there for scoring. And Tice can score too. You have those guys out there for scoring, and Marcus Smart, who had a big night. We're going to talk about that. And Marcus Smart. And you're going to tell me that team can only score like 20 points a quarter? In the first, just in the first. I'm talking about the first quarter alone. My bad. I'm talking about the first quarter alone. You're going to tell me. Yeah, 20 points. I had to check just to make sure. 20 points in the first quarter on 22% shooting? Are you kidding me? Are you going to tell me that right now? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a disgrace. Such a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And I don't know why we wait until the fourth quarter to decide to score when it's already too late. I don't know why we decided to wait that long. It's ridiculous. But let's just take a breath. Let's talk about this. Marcus Smart had the game of his career. My guy, my favorite player on the team, Marcus Smart, had the game of his career. For no reason. For an L. He could have scored 0 points. It would have been the same result. 37 points. 37. The guy who no one thought could shoot, ever. Who's been always known as a guy who can't shoot. Who you hate to see shoot the basketball. Broke the franchise record for threes today. The franchise record, but he couldn't shoot. The franchise record was 9 threes, held by IT and Antoine Walker. Right? He hit 11 threes today. 11. He was 11 for 21 behind the arc. For nothing. And he did what he normally does. He got the steals. He got the winning plays. It's just, you get that every night at him. That's different. But all of that went to waste because no one else decided to try to score today. Really, no one else really felt like it. No one else felt like they decided they needed to score today. But we need to address those first quarters. Those first quarters are horrible. I don't know why. I have no answer for you on why they're so bad. But this team's just a disgrace in the first quarter. It's absolutely garbage. Like we might as well be. Who's the worst team? The Knicks? No, it's the Hawks. Actually, the Hawks shouldn't score. The Hawks probably would score more than us in the first quarter. It's ridiculous. And Devin Booker did his thing. This Devin Booker. He averages 35 points per game in Boston. 41.5 over the last 4 in Boston. You gotta remember he scored 70 4 years ago. 70 in that one game 4 years ago. But he did his thing, had 33, I believe. Let me pull up this box score real quick. He had 39. Okay. Yeah. But again, that's expected. One assist away from a triple-double. 39, 10, and 9. Do went off, but that's Devin Booker does that to us. It's just that's expected. That's expected. But we need to address the elephant in the room. This elephant that should have been gone a long time ago. Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward has to go. I've been rooting for him ever since that injury. To get back, to get right, to get back to Utah Jazz, Gordon Hayward, the all-star Gordon Hayward. And we saw it at the beginning of the season. We saw it. It happened. He was averaging like 25, 7, and 5 or something. Or 25, 8, and 5 or something on like 56% shooting. He couldn't miss. It was great. It was a joy to watch. It really was. It was great. It was awesome to see. But then the hand injury. The hand injury happened. He missed a month. And he was struggling. He was doing okay, and then he had another nagging injury. I don't know what it was. I think it was a head injury. Not a head injury. I don't know what it was. He had another injury. He was out for like another week or two. And ever since then, he's been absolutely garbage. Garbage. Yeah, he scored. He did score 22 points. I get that. He scored 22 points, but he was 8 for 20. 8 for 20. Tatum does that on a normal basis, but he was 8 for 20. And not last night, 2 nights ago against the Bucks, 1 for 10. You heard me. You heard me right. 1 for 10. Remember, this guy's making $32 million this season. He's horrible. He's not a good basketball player. It's just a fact. He's not a good basketball player. Okay, he might be decent, right? But he doesn't do anything for this team. At all. He does absolutely nothing for this team. I think if Javonte Green was given those minutes, if Javonte Green was given 41 minutes, he could score 20 points. On efficient shooting. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just Gordon, and he lost us the game. I wanted to bring this up later. I didn't really time out my schedule for this, my agenda for this video out well, but he lost us the game. He lost us the game. He really did. Because with, I believe, 14 seconds left, 20 some seconds left, right? We were down by 4. And we call a timeout, blah, blah, blah. On the out of bounds play, Brad Stevens draws up a beautiful play. Beautiful play, right? Gordon Hayward, wide open in the paint. Alley-oop. Blows it. Wide open layup. No one in the lane anywhere. Wide open layup. Blows it. Off the backboard, off the rim, into the floor. Wide open layup. Blows it. Are you joking? I know. You can say, oh, well, he's still recovering from his injury. This and that. It's a wide open layup. You're an NBA player taking a wide open layup. There's no excuse. You have no excuse to miss that layup. And it cost us the game. Because later in the game, with 4.8 seconds left on the clock, Tatum pulled up and hit a 3 with, he took a step back 3 with DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton in his mouth, in his grill, pulled up over him and banged it. If Gordon Hayward makes that layup from before, that's another Tatum clutch shot that will go down in history for his career. It was another step back 3 in DeAndre Ayton's mouth. Nothing but net. But instead we're down by 2. Or something like that. So we ended up having to, and then we gotta get more free throws, and it cost us the game. If he like I said, if he makes that layup, right? Tatum hit that 3. Tatum hits that 3. It's a tie game when that 3 goes in the hoop with 4.8 seconds left, and you don't have to worry about fouling. But instead we had to foul. Gordon Hayward has to go. I don't know what we could get out of him, but I will take anything. Anything. Whether it's a big or scoring off the bench. If we can get like, I don't know, 2 good bench players out of him, or because again he's making $32 million and the contracts have to match when you trade, right? So we get what, 2 $15 million players out of him, right? Which I would take, because we need it, man. We need it bad. We need it bad. We need it really, really bad. And Semi Ojeleye didn't have any points either. And another thing, I don't understand why, if the bench is struggling to score and struggling to like get in rhythm and make baskets to make baskets, right? Why not put Romeo Langford in the game? Another game where Romeo Langford doesn't touch the floor. I get it, the injuries, blah, 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 blah. But when he has played in games, he's gotten to the hoop and either gotten fouled or made the shot. He's a scorer. You drafted him with the 14th overall pick in this year's NBA draft because he can score the basketball. But when the bench is struggling and the bench can't hit a bucket and we can't play defense and we're struggling, no, don't put him in. Just let him sit there. We don't need help. Just let him sit there. It's an absolute disgrace. It's horrible. I'm going to say disgrace about 40 million times in this video. I apologize. I apologize. It's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, this team just can never find a rhythm. And that's another thing. In this game, this has happened a few times this year in the losses that we've had. We would fight and fight and fight and get the lead back down to like 6, we had the lead back to like 6 or 7 or something like that, right? And you just knew the Suns were going to come down that possession after you made it 7, and they would hit a 3. I knew it. There was one time where we got like a dunk or something, like we don't have any dunks in this game, like a layup, and all of a sudden, it's back to 7. As they're bringing the ball up, I'm like, they're going to hit a 3. They're going to hit a 3. It's going to be 10 again. Guess what happened? Pick and pop. Aaron Baines 3, top of the key, 10-point lead. That was the only 3 he hit all game, by the way. The one that made it a 10-point lead. It's ridiculous. I don't know. This team just struggles to score the basketball, and it only pisses me off so much because we have the names. We have scorers, but we don't score. It's ridiculous. Most of our losses, probably all except like 3 or 4, someone goes off on the other team that doesn't score. Like, another person on this team scores like 20 points when they average like 4 or 5. There was another example of this tonight. What's his name? Mikal Bridges, right? Mikal Bridges? 6 for 7 from 3. 10 for 12 overall. Guess what his 3-point percentage is on the year? Like his percentage from behind the arc this year, right? 23%. No, 29%. Russell is 23%. This guy's 29% from behind the line, behind the arc this season. 6 for 7 from 3. 6 for 7. The dude can't shoot. He literally can't shoot in real life. He averages 7.1 points per game, and he dropped 26 points on 10 for 13 shooting, 6 for 7 from 3. Every time we lose, someone who's absolutely garbage goes off and plays like an all-star. That's what it takes for us to lose. When our good, I get it. Tatum had 26 and Gordon Hayward had 22, but Tatum had another inefficient night. He was inefficient again, and Gordon Hayward was 8 for 20. Like, they're just not efficient. This Mikal Bridges guy was 10 for 13. A guy that I've heard of him because we played the Suns. We played him a few times. But he averages 7 points per game, guys. 7 points per game. Voice crack, my bad. I'm gonna get laughed at for that. There's only one reason. We lost. The final score was 123-119. I should probably say that. We lost by 4 points. And the only reason this game was even close, I already said it, Marcus Smart, 37 points. 11 for 21 from 3, yo. That man, 37 points. He was on a mission. He was on a mission, man. Thank God for him. But this team, Gordon Hayward needs to, okay, we're going to recap. We're going to recap for a second. Gordon Hayward needs to go. Gordon Hayward needs to go. This team needs a bench. Gordon Hayward should go. This team needs a bench because we need to be able to win games. If we want to be elite, if we want to be like the Bucks and the Lakers and all those good teams, the Clippers have an insane bench. The Clippers, right? If we want to be elite, not just like good enough to fight, have to fight by the skin of our teeth to get the 2 seed, if we want to be elite, we need a bench. We need other people that can score the basketball. Because Kemba was out today, and Jaylen Brown was out today, and we could not score. Like, I get it. There are 2 best players. I understand. But there has to be people that can pick up the slack. There needs to be people that can pick up the slack of the team struggling if we want to be elite. Like, for example, the killer, George Hill. George Hill on the Bucks. He's not a starter, but he averages damn near 22 points per game. Or it feels like he does. I don't know if he really does, but we'll look that up right now, actually. Let's see here. Wow, he's actually really not that good. Tough. He only averages 10 points. Well, that's embarrassing. But he always scores about 20 points against us. Yeah, against us he was 4 for 6 shooting last game. And the first game of not the first game of the season. The first time we played them this season, he had 22, I believe, off the bench. It's just what he does to us. Like, we need scorers off the bench. We just do. And defense isn't even... I'm not worried about the defense. I'm just not. The defense is not bad. People just go off who aren't good. Like, if you would have told me coming into this game that Mikal Bridges was going to hit 6 threes on 7 attempts, I would have told you were nuts. I would have said you must be a super biased Suns fan if you think that's going to happen. But he did it. And the Celtics are second in offensive rating in the second half. That showed again today. But we have to be at the bottom of the league in the first quarter scoring. 43 points in the fourth quarter by the Boston Celtics. 43 points. Absolutely nuts. But we put ourselves... We go down by 16 in the first quarter and expect to win. I don't know... It's ever since the clock struck midnight and 2020 started, this team's been absolutely horrible. 4-6. Absolutely garbage because we put ourselves in 15 point, 17 point, 22 point, 23 point holes. And I'm using those numbers because those are the numbers that have been happening. Like, it's ridiculous. I was just so fired up after this game was so frustrating and so annoying. Tice had a good game, 12 points. I mean, the starters had damn near 90, had to be over 90 points. Yeah, had to be. Oh yeah, easily. Of the 120, like, you would think when you only score 50, 51 and a half, that you're not going to do that well. When you shoot 20% in the first quarter, you don't think you're going to break. You might not break 100. We got to 119. Because for some reason when the fourth quarter starts, we decide to make baskets. I don't know why. I don't know why we wait so long. But it just pisses me off because if we're going to score 43 points in the fourth quarter, why can't we try to do that every single quarter? Why can't we shoot? I'm not saying we should score 40 points every quarter, but what about 30? And that's not even. Why not 30? Why not aim for 30 every single quarter? Like this team is too talented. That's what makes me so. This team is too talented to be this bad, and it's not chemistry issues like last year. We just can't hit a shot. We just don't hit open shots, and everyone hits super contested shots against us. It's so annoying. But it is what it is. So that's another L. We fall even farther in the standings. We're probably fourth by now. We're going to check if we're fourth yet. The Heat didn't have a game today, I don't think. But no, we're still third. Still third. Oh! Yeah, not for long though. Not for long. We're tied for fourth. Well, tied for third, but yeah, we're 2 losses away from being the 6th seed, guys. If we lose 2 more straight games, which could easily happen because we have the Lakers on Monday and the Grizzlies on Wednesday. We could go from the 1 seed to the 6 seed. I mean, we're the 3 seed right now, but we were the 1 seed, and we're gonna fall all the way down to the 6th. The 6th seed. More of the story is Gordon Hayward needs to get traded. We suck in the first quarter. We have potential, but we wait too long to tap into that potential. See you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe. We're back to it on Monday.